Before you speak, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this necessary? Is this wise? Because once you speak, you can't unspeak. The Stoics knew this. They didn't speak to impress. They spoke to serve, to lead, to heal, to reflect reason, not emotion. And in our noisy world today, where everyone feels the need to react, argue, post, or prove, this ancient art of self-restraint might be the most powerful virtue you can develop. Let's walk through what the Stoics taught and what you must do before you speak. 1. Remember, words are tools, not toys. Epictetus once said, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." Too many people use words like weapons, fired out of frustration, defense, or pride. Others use them like toys, for entertainment, ego, or noise. The Stoic uses words like a craftsman uses tools, with skill, with intent, with care. Before you speak, ask yourself, am I building something or am I tearing something down? You don't need to be loud to be heard. You don't need to be right to be wise. You just need to speak like your words carry weight, because they do. 2. Pause. Master the moment before it owns you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." Have you ever said something in anger and immediately regretted it? Have you ever snapped back only to wish you had stayed silent? That's the mind acting without the pause. The Stoics didn't deny emotion, they understood it. They knew that the gap between feeling and speaking was where your power lived. So when you feel provoked, triggered, or passionate, pause. Even a few seconds of silence can save you hours of regret. The mind that rules its tongue rules its world. 3. Ask the 3 Stoic filters before speaking. Before you say anything, especially when emotions are high, run your words through these 3 filters. 1. Is it true? Not just, do I believe this, but is it grounded in reality? 2. Is it necessary? Will this help the moment, or is it just your ego trying to be heard? 3. Is it virtuous? Is it aligned with who I aspire to be? Calm, just, rational. Seneca reminds us, speech that's honest, helpful, and guided by virtue rarely needs editing later. If your answer to any of those 3 is no, then the best thing to say is nothing at all. 4. Don't just react, respond like a philosopher. Reacting is instinct, responding is discipline. Imagine someone insults you publicly. Your pride rises up, your heart pounds, you want to fire back. But Marcus Aurelius would say, choose not to be harmed, and you won't be. Choose not to speak, and you won't feed the fire. In that moment, you have a choice. Add to the chaos or rise above it. Reacting adds fuel. Responding brings clarity. The Stoic pauses, zooms out, and responds in alignment with wisdom, not emotion. 5. Practice voluntary silence. Train the tongue. Cato the Younger, one of the most respected Stoics, would intentionally go days without speaking, even in debate. Why? Because he wanted to master the hardest muscle to control, the tongue. In your daily life, try this. Sit in a group and listen more than you speak. Don't jump into every argument. Delay your opinion unless asked. Practice not responding to every comment online. It feels unnatural at first, but soon you'll discover silence isn't weakness, it's strength under control. When you do speak, people will listen because it won't be impulsive, it'll be intentional. 6. Modern Stoicism, real-world applications. How does this apply today? Let's make it practical. At work, before sending that angry email, write it, then wait. Reread it later. Most times, you'll hit delete, not send. In relationships, When your partner says something that hurts, don't defend. Don't counter. Ask, what are they really trying to express? Then respond with clarity, not emotion. On social media, every comment doesn't need a reply. Every opinion doesn't need your correction. Your silence can often say more than your words ever could. The modern world rewards fast takes, hot opinions, and instant reactions. The Stoic wins by choosing slowness, by choosing silence over noise, substance over speed. 7. Know the cost of words. Words are like arrows. Once released, they can't be taken back. They land, they wound, or they heal. Before you speak, ask, what is the cost of saying this? And what is the cost of staying silent? There are times you must speak, to defend the weak, to uphold truth, to guide others. But don't confuse volume with value. Don't confuse speaking out with speaking wisely. The tongue can either lead or mislead. The Stoic's goal is to speak with purpose, not just presence. 8. Refine your inner dialogue first. Most of our worst words start as unchecked thoughts. If your inner voice is chaotic, reactive, defensive, your outer voice will follow. So before you speak to others, speak to yourself. Gently, honestly, reasonably. Ask, why do I feel the need to say this? What part of me is speaking, my ego or my wisdom? Would Marcus Aurelius or Epictetus approve of what I'm about to say? By refining your inner dialogue, your outer communication becomes stronger, calmer, and more respected. 9. Let silence be your strength. Silence isn't empty. It's full of potential. In silence, you gather your thoughts. You protect your peace. You radiate strength without having to prove it. The greatest leaders in history, Stoics and beyond, spoke less but said more. Their words came from reflection, not reaction. Your silence may confuse others. It may frustrate them. Let it. Because the need to explain yourself is often a trap. Let your actions speak. Let your restraint shine. Let silence do the heavy lifting. 10. When you do speak, let it be powerful. After silence and reflection, when it is finally time to speak, make your words count. Don't speak just to be heard. Speak to elevate the moment. Speak from wisdom, not emotion. From understanding, not ego. From restraint, not rush. That's what Stoic speech is. Measured, clean, purposeful. You don't have to say much, but what you say should mean much. As Marcus Aurelius would remind us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Speak less, mean more. In a world drowning in words, be the one who thinks before he speaks. Let others react. Let others shout. You pause. You filter. You choose the strength of restraint. Before you speak, ask if it's true. Ask if it's needed. Ask if it's aligned with your virtue. And when it is, speak with clarity, confidence, and calm. This is the Stoic way. This is how we reclaim control, not just over our speech, but over our lives. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to build discipline, emotional mastery, and inner peace in a world that desperately needs it.